or followed the same destination, but we went on different paths. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to talk to you about who am I this morning. My name is Jose Santiago. I'm the son of Hispanic immigrants who came to this country in the early 60s. I was born in 1966, and my life has been rich in experiences, cultures, and challenges. You see, growing up in New York City throughout the 60s and 70s was like crossing the bridge from one era to another. My earliest memory was when I was 3 years old, and I remember Neil Armstrong landing on the moon on a black and white TV. My childhood was spent playing games of stickball and eating ice cream at the corner ice cream parlor. I remember in the winter time playing in the snow and living through a couple of blizzards. I remember at night the snow falling serenely and the evening sky taking on an orange hue, making the snow glow as it fell. I lived in an apartment building in Queens, New York, that was built in the 1930s. I shared memories with World War II veterans, civil service workers, and other proud, respectable, hardworking families, mostly Irish, German, Irish. Our landlord was Greek. Just to give you an idea of how different things were compared to today, and I guess I can relate to Robert's experience. I was the only Hispanic kid in my first grade class. By the time I was in the 6th grade, there were only 3 Hispanic kids in the class. So that's how my early life went. Then I went to high school in Brooklyn. I don't know if you all are familiar with New York, but New York is comprised of 5 different counties, and Brooklyn is another county, so I went to high school in a different county. And that's when I crossed into the next era, and I realized that there was a world beyond Queens, New York. I realized that I had been shielded from the realities of New York, circa 1975, 1985. Hopefully I don't give away how old I am. These realities were urban blight, decay, violence fueled by a drug epidemic, racism, change. Anyway, the reason I went to high school in Brooklyn was because I was attending one of the top 3 high schools in New York at that time, Brooklyn Technical High School. And that would set the stage for my career, engineering. After finishing high school, at the very young age of 16, not really knowing what to do next, I went to the local community college and I received an associate degree in civil engineering technology. I worked a bit, and eventually, like many New Yorkers who had grown weary of New York and life in New York, I came to Miami looking for a new opportunity. Here I received another dose of change, but this time it was a rebirth of Miami Beach and eventually Miami, and that was really fun to experience. I studied civil engineering at University of Miami. I worked part-time, and this was when was still affordable. I lived on the beach throughout the 90s, enjoying its natural beauties and the great parties that took place. They're now legendary. Once again, I received another dose of diversity, but this time I got to watch Miami being built by Hispanic immigrants from all over the hemisphere, leading a drive to make the city into a major player. Eventually, I received my engineering degree and my professional license, which allows me to practice here in Florida. And if that wasn't enough variety, I married a beautiful Brazilian woman, and I was promiscuous with her. Just with her.
Okay.
and I have three beautiful children.
Prove it. Well.
At home, we're fluent in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Wow.
We're a melting pot at home. So now I contentedly enjoy my family, watch them grow here in Doral. My challenges these days are homework, Little League practice, how to pay for college, how to make money in a tough economy. In a way, my family, my home, is a reflection of my life, a fusion of culture. So you see, we're getting ready for the next era, which is called globalization. Soon in the streets of South Florida, you'll see Portuguese, Chinese, spoken along with English and Spanish. My life has prepared me for this. This country has prepared me for this. Who am I? I'm a citizen of this great country and world. You're welcome.